In this video, we're going to take a look at the Denoyer Geppert model of a neuron. So this is a neuron, which is a communication cell inside of the body, and it's the cell type that makes up a mass majority of the nervous system. Okay, and so what we're going to notice is that this is actually what we refer to as a multipolar neuron, because it has multiple cytoplasmic extensions coming off of it. Like here's one, here's some out here, right? These are all little cytoplasmic extensions, which makes this a multipolar neuron. Okay, what we're going to notice is that this large portion of the cell here, which contains the nucleus, this up here is known as the cell body, or some people refer to this as the soma. Okay, and the cell body contains the nucleus with the nuclear envelope. Okay, up here in the cell body or the soma, you also have your mitochondria. That's what's here in orange. Okay, you also have part of the endomembrane system. You have your smooth endoplasmic reticulum, which is this here. Okay, and you have your rough endoplasmic reticulum, which is this here, with studded with these little things that look like sprinkles. So I'm going to zoom in on that a little bit. Okay, and here you have your rough endoplasmic reticulum, and the rough endoplasmic reticulum of a neuron is a little bit different because it has granules associated with it, and we refer to this as Nissl bodies because they stain a little bit differently when we look at this under a microscope. So these are Nissl bodies. And then here you have your Golgi body. Okay, so this is your Golgi apparatus. You do have these cytoplasmic extensions coming off of the cell body. So you can see one here, you can see one back here, there's one here, over here. These are known as dendrites, okay, dendrites. And they're important for neurons communicating with one another. As you can see, the cell body tapers here to come into this long cytoplasmic extension known as the axon. Where this cell body or the soma sort of tapers, this is known as the axon hillock. Okay, and the axon hillock, along with the very proximal portion of the axon, or the portion that's closest to the cell body, make up a structure known as the trigger zone. And the trigger zone is where action potentials are generated, and we'll talk more about that in our other videos. Okay, now you do see this large cytoplasmic extension here. This is going to be your axon, and this is what communicates the signal or sends the signal from point A to point B. This axon is surrounded by this lipid-based structure, which is known as the myelin sheath. Okay, and so the myelin sheath wraps around the axon, and it acts as an insulator for the axon, and that helps speed up the rate of signal transmission down the axon, and we'll talk about that a little bit later on. Okay, but this is your myelin sheath, and then inside of the myelin sheath you do have the axon itself. Okay, so that makes up the anatomy of a neuron.